Hello reception children, and welcome to Active Story Lesson 2. Do you remember the traditional tale we're looking at this week? That's right, it's Little Red Riding Hood. We started it in our last session and I asked you to think about the speech bubbles and the thought bubbles. Today we're going to carry on with the story and I've got some more questions for you to answer. Okay, sit back, relax and enjoy the story. I'm hungry, thought the big bad wolf, licking his lips, and he knocked at the door. Hello, grandmother, growled the wolf. It's Little Red Riding Hood. That sounds more like the big bad wolf, thought grandmother, and she crept quickly under the bed. Okay, question time. What do you think of grandmother's plan to hide under the bed? Do you think the wolf will find her? Let's see. The wolf went in. He looked all around, but there wasn't a sound. Then his tummy rumbled. No one's here, he grumbled. Never mind, Little Red Riding Hood will be along soon. And Grandma says, it's dusty, I mustn't sneeze. I wonder why you think the wolf's tummy was rumbling. Grandma was under the bed and it was dusty. She said, I mustn't sneeze. Why do you think she said that? What might happen if Grandma sneezes? Quickly the wolf put on Grandmother's dressing gown and nightcap. Then he hopped into bed and pretended to nap. Heh, 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 he snarled. Little Red Riding Hood will never know it's me. And here he's saying, I'm ready for a tasty snack. Soon Little Red Riding Hood knocked at the door. Hello, Grandmother, she called. It's Little Red Riding Hood. Come in, my dear, growled the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood opened the door. Oh, Grandmother, she gasped. So now Red Riding Hood has seen Grandmother. How is she feeling? And how do you know? What big ears you have! All the better to hear you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with, my dear, growled the wolf. And Grandmother, what big teeth you have! All the better to gobble you up, roared the wolf. But as he leapt out of bed, Grandmother's nightcap flopped right over his head. Can you see he says, I can't see anything. Quick, down here, dear, whispered Grandmother, and she pulled Little Red Riding Hood under the bed. It's prediction time again, boys and girls. We're getting good at predicting now, making a sensible guess. What do you think will happen next? Now Grandmother and Red Riding Hood are under the bed, how are they going to escape? What do you think? Shall we see if you were right and see what happens next? Just then a woodcutter passed by the cottage. He heard a growling and a howling. He dashed inside. With one swish of his axe, he killed the big bad wolf. The woodcutter looked all around, but there wasn't a sound. And then out crept Little Red Riding Hood and Grandmother from under the bed. And Little Red Riding Hood said, Mother was right, I'll never stop again on my way through the forest. So that's the end of our active story, Little Red Riding Hood, this week. Did you enjoy it? What was your favourite part of the story? I thought it was really funny when Grandma hid under the bed. That was my favourite part of the story. So that's it for this week. I'll be back next week we've got half term now, haven't we? But after half term, I'll be back with my last videos with a new story. So you have to wait and see what that will be. Speak to you soon, boys and girls. Bye.